Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Fern Valley Farms YouTube channel. On this channel, we are pure country. This is I don't know. This isn't necessarily a beginner tip. This can be for anybody actually, especially when you got a lot of hive. This is what I do, and I find this a little easier. How many times have you come out here to your bee yard and look at your hive and go, what did I do? What did I do last? When did I add syrup? When did I check frames? When did I check for brood? When did I check for larva? Blah, blah, blah. When did I check? When did I do whatever? What I do is I have a little pad of paper I come out here with. I got a little cabinet. I keep a little cabinet out here. Kind of comes in handy, actually. See it right there? There's a little cabinet. I got it strapped down. I got all my stuff in there. This one I got to lug stuff back and forth. That other cabinet out there's got all my stuff for my smoker in it. But this particular topic here is about just keep a track of what you're doing. Keep a log. It's really simple. You go to the store, get yourself one of those, one of them, the books that the kids use for school, or the college type books. They're black with the little white dots or whatever all over them. Even just a notebook, anything that you could write down what you're doing, because it's so easy to forget what you've done. I don't know how many times I've come out here and been like, when did I do whatever? I can go back and look. Or when I'm going to re-inspect the hive, I can before I come out here, if I'm going to inspect, let's say number one, I'll look at the book really quick. When did I check? When was the last time I checked for larva? When was the last time there was larva in there? How much calf brood there was? I even count my frames. I'll count each frame, and I'll count. What I do is I'll count a frame. That's two, both sides. So you got 6 frames. There's 12 frames. I just say it's 12 frames of bees, 2 on each frame. There's only 3. You got 6. You kind of get the idea there. Then let's say you have 4 frames of bees, which is 8 sides. You can look at your logbook, come back out here and be like, hey, a week ago I had 4 frames, now I got 5 or 6. You can keep track of it really easy. It is so easy to start losing track of what you're doing. You start going through all these hives and start trying to remember what you've done, and you come back here, and here's my splits. What did I do? Especially with the splits. What did I do? What was the last thing? When did I release my queen? When did I check for, when did I check for, how much brood, how much, all that stuff. When was the last time I gave them syrup? So keep yourself a log. It's really simple. I got to get out of the sun here. It's hot. It's about 90. It's going to be about 90-some degrees again today and humid. Also, what I do on these hives, which hive is which? Now, some of this is pretty simple. Obviously, number one, you see I put these little cards on here. All this is, I just get some plexiglass. Anybody know what C stands for? I bet you can guess. Carniolan. Duh. I go to Menards. I get the plexiglass. I cut it in little squares. All these are mailbox letters. Really easy. Put it on the front of your hive. Then you can remember which hive is doing which. Okay, this is easy. You got Carniola. You got Buckfast. You got, I don't know if you can see the letter. You got Italian on that one. But where it gets tricky sometimes, and I'm going to show you here. Let me put this back on. I'm just going to go get it because it's really hot. The sun is getting really hot. On one of my splits here, all right, on one of my splits, I've got this. Okay, M means it's a mixed breed. What wound up happening is the queen, they swarmed. I put the queen in. I fogged them. They weren't really happy. They swarmed. I think they swarmed, or they killed the queen. I'm not sure, but it looks like they did swarm because a bunch of bees were gone and the queen is gone. I pulled the frame from another hive. I pulled the frame from my Carniola that had a pretty good sized queen cup on it. I put that in there. Well, that hive was, I took the placard card down already. It was an Italian hybrid queen that I put in my Italian split. Well, now, since that queen is gone, what I put in there was a Carniola queen cup, a pretty good sized one. So now that hive is a mixture between Italian, Carniola. So what I do, I got M for mixture. I flip it over. I got a C and an I, Carniola, Italian, and you can remember what you're doing. This way you don't kind of forget what's what. It just makes things really simple. Then in your logbook, you can write down what you've done. Like today, I'll go in there at some point and I'll write down that I changed this placard out, and I've got it written down already that I've already got written down that the queen that got put into that hive now is an Italian, is a Carniola queen. I got to make this quick. This battery's going to die. My other split is a Carniola hybrid queen that I put into a Carniola split. So now I know in that hive there, it's a Carniola hybrid queen. Hybrid is a mixture of different queens. The store where you buy your queens, they're not sure what they are. They call them hybrid. It's just a mixture. And sometimes the mixture queen, the hybrid queens, sometimes are better than the regular purebred Italian Carniola queens. So now on that hive, I've got Carniolan hybrid queen. I can put that on the front of that hive. You can walk out there to look at it, so you know what's what. That's the whole point of this whole story. Just keep track of what you got going out here. It's really easy to forget. I'll go in there the next day and be like, oh, what did I do? But I've got my notes. I go back in my book and I look, this and that. So right now, everybody's kind of taken care of for right now, but in a few days, I'm going to inspect my splits. I'm going to come back into these hives. Like this hive here, this Carniola hive, I just added that second box to it. I wrote down exactly what day I did, what frames I checkerboarded, what frames I moved. I just keep the pad of paper out here with me, so when I got these little benches sitting right next to it, I put it down. I just go from each hive and write it down. Because when you get done inspecting a whole bunch of hives, to try and go back in the house and try and remember, or if you don't write it down, just to try and remember what you did, it gets a little confusing. So this is kind of a beginner beekeeping thing. Even an intermediate beekeeping or an advanced person. If you don't write your stuff down, it's hard to remember what you've done. If you've got a whole lot of hives, it can be really easy to forget what's going on. So here again, the whole point of this whole story, keep a logbook. It's really easy. Go back, you can look at it. Like I said, when I go back to these hives now, before I come out and inspect, let's say this one, that Carniolan hive, I'm going to look to see which frames did I do what with, which frames did I put, I checkerboarded new frames in, which ones were they? And I've got all my frames numbered. Obviously 2018 and 2019, I could pull a 19 frame out, see a bunch of new drawn comb on there. And the other day when I checked, there was eggs in there already. There was larvae in there. I'm like, cool. This brand new frame that I just put in 2 weeks ago has got drawn comb and it's got larvae in it. So there you go. Then you know how long ago that was. Queen cups. When did I put that frame in with a queen cup? Well, I put it on whatever day. Well, now it's hatched. So you know how long at some point in between there it hatched. So anyways, keep a log. Makes things really simple. It's easy to keep track of things. It is so easy to forget. I got a friend of mine asking me when I did what last year. And I'm like, well, let me look at my book, and I'll tell you. I can go back to last year and tell you when I put a super on, when I put a double on, when I did this, when I did that. Winter time is coming. I keep track of exactly how much feed I put in each hive. 5, 6, 7 gallons. That hive might have taken 8 gallons. That hive might have taken 5 gallons. I can go back and look. And the following year, I can be like, okay, last year, this is what I did. This year, instead of feeding them 5 gallons, I have to feed them 8, or vice versa. So anyways, keep track of it. Just keep a logbook. It makes things really simple. So I need to cut this video short. This battery's going to die. I got to get another battery. I keep saying that. So anyways, hopefully you guys like this video. If you do, help support the channel. Hit that little button right there. Subscribe to this channel. I really, really appreciate it. If you do subscribe, hit that bell right next to that subscribe button. You'll get notified every time a video comes out. Thumbs up are always appreciated. So get out and have some fun with your bees. Keep track of what you're doing. This way you don't forget. All right, YouTube, I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.